In the winter of 1959, the Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union were a vast, unforgiving wilderness of white. Amidst this frozen landscape, 9 young, experienced hikers, led by the brilliant 3-year-old engineering student, Igor Dyatlov, set out on a journey that would become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. They were fit, highly trained, and seeking a Grade 3 hiking certification, the highest level of achievement in the USSR. Their destination was Mount Otorten. To get there, they had to traverse a slope known by the indigenous Mansi people as Paradoxical, which chillingly translates to the Mountain of the Dead. Local legends warned of ancient spirits and taboos, but the hikers, being students of science and engineering, dismissed these tales as mere folklore. On February 1st, the group pitched their tent on the snowy incline of the mountain. Their last diary entries and photographs captured a group of friends who were cheerful, sharing jokes about snowmen and enjoying the challenge of the climb. But as night fell and temperatures plummeted to -30°C, a series of events began that would shatter their lives in a matter of seconds. When the group failed to return by mid-February, a massive rescue operation was launched. On February 26th, searchers finally stumbled upon their campsite. The sight was haunting. The tent had been sliced open from the inside with a knife. It appeared as though the hikers were in such a desperate, primal panic that they couldn't even take the time to unzip the entrance. Their heavy coats, boots, and survival gear were all left inside. They had fled into a blinding blizzard in nothing but their socks and thin thermal underwear. As the bodies were recovered over the following weeks, the forensic reports only deepened the nightmare. The first 2 victims were found nearly naked under a large cedar tree, their hands burned as if they had tried to start a fire or climb the frozen bark in a frenzy. But it was the others who presented a physical impossibility. 2 hikers had massive internal chest fractures, their rib cages crushed with a force comparable to a high-speed car crash. Yet, there were no external bruises, no soft tissue damage, and no signs of a struggle. Even more disturbing were the missing organs. One woman was missing her tongue and eyes. To add to the confusion, high levels of radiation were detected on the clothing of several members. In the middle of a remote frozen mountain, the presence of radioactivity defied all logic. For over 60 years, theories have swirled. Was it a secret Soviet military experiment gone wrong? An attack by a mythical Yeti? Or perhaps a visit from something extraterrestrial? However, modern science has begun to peel back the layers of myth to reveal a terrifying natural reality. One leading scientific theory points to infrasound. When the wind blows over the specific dome-like shape of Paradoxical, it can create a physical phenomenon called a Kármán vortex street. This produces sound waves below 7 Hz, too low for humans to hear, but powerful enough to vibrate the inner ear and the brain. Science has proven that such frequencies can trigger sudden, uncontrollable panic, nausea, and vivid hallucinations. It is possible that the hikers, driven into a state of inexplicable madness by the very wind itself, ripped their tent open to escape a presence that existed only in their vibrating minds. Another breakthrough came in 2021, when Swiss researchers used computer models to simulate a slab avalanche. They discovered that by cutting into the slope to pitch their tent, the hikers had inadvertently weakened the snowpack. Hours later, a solid block of ice and snow slab slid down onto the tent while they were sleeping. Because they were lying flat, the weight of the snow acted like a giant hammer, crushing their ribs against the hard ground without leaving external marks. Injured and dazed, the survivors cut their way out, but the sub-zero temperatures and the shock of their injuries ensured that none would see the sunrise. As for the missing tongue and eyes, scientists point to the grim reality of nature. Small scavengers often consume the softest tissues of a body first. The radiation, meanwhile, was likely a symptom of the era. The Soviet Union was a hotbed for secret missile tests, and the hikers might have been exposed to fallout from a nearby R-7 rocket test, the orange orbs reported. by witnesses in the sky that night. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting testament to the raw, unpredictable power of nature. While science has provided logical answers from infrasound to physics-based simulations, the human tragedy remains. 9 young explorers, who set out to conquer a mountain with the tools of science and the strength of youth, were ultimately claimed by the very elements they sought to understand. The mountain kept its secrets for decades, but today, through the lens of forensic truth, we finally begin to hear the silent testimony of those lost on the Mountain of the Dead.